She starts pouring over her cauldron again. She looks at you very, very deeply. She's trying to look through you. She's trying to discern the meaning behind your words rather than the words themselves. She says, there was a way, but it would kill you all. Would you trade your lives for his? This man, you have great love for him?
I wouldn't say great love, but I have a responsibility. If there's something I can do to help him, I will.
Very well. She turns back to... She has a collection of clay pots and jars along the wall of her hut. She roots through one of them, comes back with something clasped in her hands. She walks very slowly back up to you. And she's got something cupped in her hand, but her other hand is held over it. You can't see what it is. She holds it up very close. And when she lifts her hand, you see the most disgusting thing you think your eyes have ever beheld. It is a
making a mess.
Bloated, seeping carcass of some type of frog that has the hues of it are almost unnaturally colored, colors of purples and pink that you've never seen in an animal before. She holds it up to you. She says, "This was the last one. You find its mother, you find more. We make medicine for your friend, but it will kill you all." She grabs your hand, slaps the dead frog into it, clasps your other hand over it. Then she shoos you again and says, "Your problem now. Go away."
How long do we have for the poison?
The Islander tribesman answers you. "It's not long. He'll be dead within a day, most like."
Thank you. I will motion for us to go, and I will heave Adric over my shoulder and continue out.
They carry Swent to a separate hut that one of the island families was staying in. They shoo them out, repurpose the hut, put Swent. They don't have beds as such, but they have fur laid out on the ground. They lay him down on one. Some of the other women from the tribe use medicines, what they have, poultices and whatnot, on his... Try to dress his wound. And same with Adric. This counts as a short rest, Adric, so go ahead and roll a hit die if you want hit points back.
Okay, I'm at 0. 6 plus 2 is 8.
Now you're at 8.
Can you spend as many hit die as you... How does the hit die work? I actually think I'm a little unclear on this one.
Right now you're all level 2, so all you have 2 hit die. During a short rest, you can roll as many hit die as you have, so you gain hit points back.
Okay.
So you can roll 2 hit die during a short rest, and you regain all of them during a long rest.
Yeah. Yep. So if you want to roll that second hit die, I mean, I don't know that we're going to have another chance to rest if we only have a day to save this guy.
Probably, yeah. I have bollocks. It's another 5. I'm at 13.
13? Okay.
Do we all get a short rest, or is this just from the healing stuff?
Unless you're going to do something strenuous for this hour when you're at the... While they're dealing with Swent's wounds.
Okay. Nope, I'm going to take my shit back then.
Okay, but yeah, that counts as a short rest for you.
Yeah,
what do you do with this disgusting frog carcass that you're holding in your hand?
I'll ask the villager who first spoke to me if he... I'll ask him, why were you saddened by that? Do you... is it because of the loss from your tribe, or...
As you're sitting around in one of the huts, they have food brought in. Not great food, but filling at least.
After being on a ship for however long, it's actually probably...
He says, "Many years ago, pale men like you come to the island. They bring magic. They bring many things, useful things. Divide us in half. Half crossed the jungle, the Dumisa. Half stayed here. Much fighting after the pale men leave." He describes to you a monster that looks like the frog that you're holding. The Dumisa make poison from the pale men's magic. The antidotes, he gestures to the frog. Long ago, a god lived here. dead now, long dead, had a fortification inland, and he motions up towards the mountain at the center of the island. Says, not far from here, a few hours travel. And he gestures back to the frog. Says, it has killed many of us. Every time we have tried to harvest, men die. Says, certainly you will die too. Oops.
Yeah, sounds that way. Do you have someone who could lead us there? I mean, we don't need them. We don't intend for them to die with us, but I would at least like to get it on. Also, I'm going to spend my hit die during this rest. There we go. I'm back at full.
He nods. He says, I will take you.
What is your name?
What is his name? That is an excellent question. I did not generate a name for him. I will do that now. No, not wrestling move names. That's not going to be helpful. His name is Cebu.
Cebu. I'm Tarin. This is Fred. This is Adric, and Orphan, the man who is poisoned as Sven.
We must go swiftly. The poison very fast.
I'm ready.
Yes, I'll give Adric back his gauntlets too.
That's very charitable.
Sorry, it made it easier to carry you.
One of the women
No
from the
problem.
tribe, one of the girls who was tending to Swent, brings 3 small clay jars and offers them to you. The islander explains, will heal wounds. You should bring them. A gift.
Thank you. You're very generous. I'll go ahead and pocket a healing potion.
Okay.
I'll take one.
Now these are distinct from healing potions. You don't know what they do,
Okay.
but it
Sure.
has some kind of foul, fishy smelling liquid inside them.
Do they have a stopper?
Oh yeah, they're
Okay.
small clay urns. They have closed top.
Well, I wouldn't open it until I'm ready to use it. So.
Okay. And he bids you to follow him off into the jungle.
All right.
And it's very close, like he said, it's about an hour away. If that. And I'll load it up here. Oh, I need to go back to Imager. I hate Imager. Did I mention that?
I don't know.
I think maybe I mentioned that.
Hey, Brick, how do you feel about Imager?
It's great! I friggin' love it.
Hey, Brick Road.
What's up?
Isn't Imager the best?
Your mom is the best. She's a very classy lady. Wait a minute, I didn't actually import anything. It's a very white jungle, apparently. There we go.
Ah, okay.
All of you roll wisdom as you approach this stream. The islander is leading you. Go ahead and place yourselves on the squares you want to be at. Fred is going to take up the rear because Fred...
Where are we entering from?
You're coming in from the south. The islander is right here. He's leading. And he brings you up on this shallow stream. And across from it, you see some kind of stone structure.
Alright, I rolled a 12.
12?
I wrote an 8.
Who passed? Just Nick? Where'd McDohl go? McDohl?
What the hell's my token?
I vanished.
My token just vanished too.
Really?
Or maybe I'm just not looking at it the right way.
There I
It
am.
is
I'm in the
Mr.
river.
Watch.
You're in the river?
Yep.
Wait, you walked into the river?
No, I didn't walk into the river. It's just that's where my thing dropped.
Yeah, my token just vanished. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't find mine.
No tokens should have
Mr. Gamble?
vanished. Alright, I'll go ahead and
That's a
get
that's
some
my
more
thing.
out. Remember, we have to shrink these, though, otherwise we'll be knocking them over.
Like that.
Oh, I only got 2 bananas. I needed 3.
I see.
There are 3 bananas.
Were there? One of them must
Yep.
have went flying then. Oh yeah, there's 4 now. We don't need 4. Everybody take a banana. That is your inspiration. You can spend that during the rest of the session in order to alter something in the game world. to take direction of the game for a moment. But if it's something that's too beneficial, I'm going to have one of the other players complicate it. So don't get greedy. Or do get greedy. We'll have more fun that way.
Okay.
Also on the way, I'll go ahead and cast False Life until I get an 8.
That's
so.
fine. Cheesy bastard. Okay. Anybody who passed the wisdom check, you see the stone structure. And it's hard to make out because it looks like part of it was carved into a naturally occurring rock formation in this area of the island. But it's also clearly been worked by a civilization greater than the one who has been hospitable towards you. Like at one point, something stood here of importance.
Okay.
All that remains now is
yeah, go ahead.
a ruined wall. The front of it here is actually open to the elements. This wall is totally crumbled in. And in the back is a staircase leading down into the earth.
Okay. So I'll tell you. I think that the men who settled this place built this.
Who do you say that to? Just nobody in particular? No, I don't want
Tarin.
Photoshop open.
Just to Tarin.
Just to Tarin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
The Islander stops at the stream. He puts his spear down in the stream, and you can see it's not very deep.
Mm-hmm.
So I brought you as far as I can.
Thank you for that.
I bid you luck.
Alright,
And then he backs off. You see he doesn't leave, but he backs off towards the jungle, and he regards you. He's waiting for you to return.
I'm back on the grid, by the way.
That's okay for this scene.
Okay. Well, I will wait across the stream.
To where? To there?
Yep.
go with him.
How about you, Orphan?
I'm gonna watch them for a second.
Watch them?
Yeah.
Fred is joining them. Fred's right there with them.
He's all up ins.
What is your passive perceptions? I've got it in front of you. I don't need to ask.
13.
11.
But... I said but.
You did. Everybody roll initiative.
Darn, I was about to use stone gunning.
You're about to use what?
Stone gunning.
You're not about to use anything because you're surprised.
I know.
Another piss poor perception roll for me. Initiative roll rather. I get a 7.
Who's got the highest initiative now?
Acting at 17.
17?
15.
7.
15 is Adric.
Adfric.
Adfric. Okay.
Where's Fred?
That's a good question. I didn't roll for him. He goes on 4. So you approach the structure. You come to where the ruined wall begins. It's crumbled in. And with lightning fast speed, the vines engulfing the stone around the structure and some of the other foliage lash out at a lot of you.
Oh boy.
In a 15-foot radius, so it gets all 4 of you. And then some. So
Wait,
these,
really?
yeah, these
I'm still on...
not you. I'm the 4 of.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I thought.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're not there. Okay, the 3 of them. No, you're way back across the street. You're fine. So you get to see the whole spectacle, Orphan.
Okay.
Vines that you thought were vines suddenly lash out at the limbs of Adric, Tarin, and Fred. All 3 roll a strength save. I guess I'll roll Fred's. You don't have to worry about his. Adric, you should have no problem with this. DC is 13.
DC 13?
DC 13. And you get a plus 4 to your roll, because I'm assuming you put the gauntlets back on. Can we assume?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What's the status of your beard?
A little bit ragged because some birds took a bite out of it. I'll have to do some preening at home when there's more time.
How the strength? Fred failed his. How did you guys do?
I got an natural 1.
You got it. Beautiful.
15 plus some numbers.
All right, you see these vines start to take shape. They start to take the shape of a man, or something man-sized at least. And its vines start lashing out of its body like appendages, grabbing at your limbs and your torso. Fred and Tarin are caught completely off guard. Like, they are just wrapped up in these vines. Tarin, you are restrained.
Okay.
Adric, the vines start getting around your hand, but you have no problem just tearing them from your body.
Yeah.
So, for the duration of this, these 9 squares here count as difficult terrain, which means you need twice as much movement to get through them, which probably won't matter. Okay. But, Tarin, on your turn, because you're being restrained, you can make another strength check, not a save, DC 12, to try to break free. But you can't do anything yet, because it's a surprise round. As soon as that entanglement happens, from the underbrush, here and here, I guess I better start spawning things in. Chests. I think green is probably appropriate. But for the smaller ones, oh, I don't have a brown. I guess we'll use blue. From the underbrush, just some of the plant matter on the ground, again, begins to solidify into itself, forming the mass of a tiny human or tiny man-sized, or a tiny man-shaped creature. It can't be tiny and man-sized. What are you talking about? And you see 3 of them form in, and they very, very swiftly come in at you. And they go for Tarin and Fred. That's a 1. That's a 12. That's a 16. So the first one tries to stab at you, Tarin, and misses. The second one stabs at you with surprisingly sharp, looks like a finger coming off the end of one of this twig creature's appendages. Pierces you in the leg for 5 damage.
Alright.
Ow.
And the last one does the same thing to Fred. And he would have shrieked out in pain, except he's got vines collapsing in around his face. So you just hear a kind of muffled sound instead. That brings us to the blight again. That is constricting Tarin and Fred. This probably will not be pretty. Oh, he rolled bad. Tarin is 14. And that's Fred. You feel these vines start to constrict on you, Tarin. And you struggle with all your might against them, but you feel them closing in. Looking over at Fred, he's not doing so well. Not as well as you are, in any case. And before long, you see his eyes roll back. He starts to black out as these vines are crushing him to death. And Tarin, your action.
I have to escape, right? That's a strength check?
Yeah, strength check to break free of these vines.
That's my action.
That's your action.
17.
Alright, you need a DC 12. So yeah, you rip through some of these vines as they start to close in on you. You're struggling against them. You get your elbow out in between them and bring your arm up, and you wriggle free. And the vines collapse at your feet. But you see Fred is still in bad shape. Adric, you have an action, and you have a twig creature in front of you, one behind you, one off on the side of the Fred, and then the vine creature is also right in front of you.
Yep. That is a thing. I'm gonna step back here, and I'm gonna punch this dude.
Punch him?
Punch him.
Don't talk about it, do it!
Chillax, yo.
Chillax?
Yeah, chillax. Just let the punchinating happen.
You need AC 13.
Yeah, that didn't do it. Bonus action.
So you get one of your fists.
That is more. That is 20.
How much damage?
plus 4. 8 damage.
8 damage, and you bring your gloved fist down on it. You just crush this thing, and it's exactly like bringing your hand down on just a pile of loosely arranged twigs or tinder, and you just crash into it and hit the ground, and you're not even sure there was a creature there at all. It's just completely demolished. Yoink. Alright. Beating up on my twig monsters, that's not nice.
Oh, why'd you delete this one, Brickroad?
Is that the... Oh, I thought that was one you punched. Fine, I'll put him back.
No,
in.
I said I stepped back from there to there.
Adric takes 3 damage as this next little twig monster rushes up on you and stabs you in the leg with its sharp branch-like appendage.
Owie.
And this one is attacking Fred. And hits. And this one just comes up on top of Fred, and Fred by this point has blacked out. He's still upright because he's being held with these vine arms that are lashed around him. And this monster's just going to town, sticking him over and over again, all over his legs and torso.
Ew.
Orphan.
Alright, I'm gonna cross the river.
Okay.
Try to take out this one that's like just wailing on Fred.
Okay.
Let's see. So that's a 12.
You need
not enough, I don't think.
13.
Yeah. Alright, so unarmed attack. Follow-up is...
That'll do it.
That'll do it. And for damage, that's going to be a 5.
5 damage. And this thing is just going to town on Fred with its little pointy arms. And you try to get it with your axe. And it looks up and it sees it come down. And it jumps back very quickly. But you surprise it, and then you bring your hand down on it. And just smash it. Just the same way that Adric just did to that one. And it goes down just as easily.
Okay.
Fred is blacking out still. He needs to make a death save. He failed it. And we're back to the vine creature.
This guy's out of here, right?
Yeah. In fact, Did he get deleted or
Kill.
just throw him away?
Just
That's fine.
threw him off of it.
That works for me. And you see this vine creature's focusing its attention on Fred, who he's got lashed several feet away from him. And the arms are just moving in, and you start hearing cracking sounds from inside Fred's body. Tarin.
Do we kill the creature, or do we try and free Fred before...
Looks like you can rip the vines off of his body. It would be a DC 12 strength check.
Adric, do you want to try and free Fred, and I'll start on this thing since you're stronger than I am? Alright, I think this is a bonus action. I'm looking it up right now. I believe I'm going to cast Hex, if I'm right on that.
Hex is a bonus action, yes.
So I'm going to cast Hex on the vine creature and give it disadvantage on his strength checks.
Okay.
And then I'm going to wail on it.
Make it so. What did you roll that at?
18 AC.
Oh, its AC is 12, so yeah, you got him.
I hit him for 5 damage and 3 necrotic from the Hex.
Okay. With the quarterstaff?
Yep.
You hex the creature, and you see your hex take shape in your mind and then imbue it onto him. And then you jab it directly into the stomach. What you presume to be its stomach. It has a stomach-like area made out of the writhing mass of vines. And your staff goes through the vines that have created the outer shell of this creature, and you hit something hard inside of it. And you see it reel back for a moment, and then you see your hex take shape. The blackness exudes out from where you struck it, and you pull your quarterstaff back. You have definitely damaged it.
That's my action.
Adric.
I'm going to go step over here and try and get him free.
Strength check. DC is 12.
Plus 4. Let's see here. Plus 4 says 20.
Yep. And it is no problem. You just reach over and you start tearing vines from Fred's body. And as you do, his body slumps to the ground, partially into the stream. He's right there on the bank. But he's no longer being crushed.
Good. That is important.
Tarin. Ouch.
I just went. Oh,
No,
right.
I mean, you're getting attacked.
Yeah.
$13 damage.
I'm at 5.
Okay.
Dang.
This vine creature redirects its attention to you and lashes out at you. Grabs both of your arms, starts pulling them out of their sockets. And you just feel excruciating pain in your shoulders.
That sucks.
You're grappled. You can go ahead and make, on your turn, either athletics or acrobatics, whichever you have that's higher. DC to escape is 12. As long as he's got you, you're restrained.
Okay.
It is your turn right now, coincidentally.
Is it?
No, it's
yeah,
not. I
right.
have the
It's
wrong
Orphan's
question
turn,
marks.
isn't it?
It's Orphan's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
can
guess
go
I
on
can
those
change
question
that.
marks now.
I can
Yeah.
remove the question
I'm
marks.
gonna run over here and try and take out this the last little twig creature.
Little tool creature. All right, go ahead and roll it. I don't imagine you'll have any difficulty doing that.
Well, maybe on a 3. I don't know. All right, let's see the an armed attack. All right, so that's
You're looking for 13.
an 11. Yeah, it's not gonna do it.
So yeah, this little twig creature is just.
Never say you believe I'm gonna have no difficulty doing anything.
Yeah, this twig creature is just a little more dexterous than you were expecting, and it just jumps back and forth out of the reach of your weapons, or unarmed weapon, as the case may be. Fred gurgles a little bit, passes his death save. He's not dead yet, but he's close. Orphan.
No, I just went.
I know, but you're taking 5 points of damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Twig creature does not appreciate the fact you're trying to bludgeon him to death as you did his compatriots, and just swings up and stabs you in the leg. And it's just this jarring pain. Like, if you've ever had a splinter up under your fingernail, it's like that. Except 5 points of damage worth of that. Tarin.
I'm going to recast False Life.
Does that have a somatic or material component to it?
Ooh, it might. Look. That's right, I'm grappled.
You are. You're grappled and restrained. Grapple just means that he can move you where he wants. Restrained means you can't take any actions. Well, you can take actions, just not certain actions. I can look up and find out exactly which ones.
My speed is 0. I have disadvantage on a bunch of things, and things have advantage against me. False FA.
But yeah, because you're being restrained, you also you can't use
Yes, it
anything
does
that has
have-
somatic points.
Somatic. Okay. So then in that case, I will try and escape.
Okay, well, you're going to be using athletics or acrobatics?
Strength. I think I'm not trained in Why is athletics not the first one in the skill? It's a skill, right?
Yeah.
It's the fourth one. It's under Arcana. Probably because they're in
Oh,
alphabetical
There's
I
order.
lots of
can't spell.
skills that start with A.
Okay. Was this my roll? This too?
Sure.
I tapped out. I think this was probably my roll.
Do you have disadvantage
Okay.
on ability checks? Let me check if you're restrained.
You have disadvantage on dexterity.
On
saving
dexterity.
throws.
But not dexterity ability checks. It specifically says saving
Yeah.
throws.
Yeah. So I fail to struggle free.
Yes, okay. So you try to break free, but the strength is just leaving. You feel it's got your arms pulling out of your torso, and you're feeling you're being ripped apart by this thing. And you just can't struggle against it. It is much stronger than you. You know who's much stronger than it? Adric, your turn.
Yeah. It's like a punch in the back of the dome. Or the dome-like structure.
Wait, which
that
one?
might be
Which
its
one are you
dome.
punching? And
The blue one.
the blue one? Okay, so you're not going to punch the
Wait,
one
no.
that is ripping your friend apart? That's fine. Like, I don't like him either.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah,
What's up, bro?
the green one is definitely the bigger threat.
Yeah, okay. So, burn a key point, flurry of blows. Let's go video games.
Yeah, that hits. You're looking at AC 12.
Okay. Yeah, key point for flurry of blows.
Why don't you explain to the people what Flurry of Blows does?
Okay, so I expend a key point that is here.
Did you throw your key point over here?
I am doing it right now.
There it goes.
Bye, key point. All right, so let me actually look up and make sure they get the actual quote here. I gotta open the book back up. Here we go. Immediately after you take your attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. So after I deal this 1d4 plus 4 damage to this thing, which is a 5, I'm going to take 2 new attacks.
Okay.
9 plus something here. Yeah, plus 5 is 14. So yeah, it's another hit.
And that dealt.
That's
6.
That's 6. And then one more hit.
That'll miss.
Of a 9. Yeah. So there you go.
Adric darts forward over Fred's slumped over body and just starts raining blows down on this vine creature. And each time you do, you feel something hard inside of it. And you tear plant matter off like a ferocious beast of a dwarf.
Yep.
And some of its limbs have fallen off and fallen as limp vines to the ground, but the ones that are holding on to Tarin are still taut. Orphan.
Alright. I'm going to come up and I'm going to do largely the same thing.
Beautiful.
Let's, go for flurry blows. First hit with the caracal will be on the vine creature. Oh! Finally.
Roll that damage.
Alright. Twice, right?
Yeah, roll damage twice.
Alright, so that's first a 5, and then an 8.
Okay, keep your key point. That's enough.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Gotta spend that.
No, keep it.
Keep it.
Yeah, keep it.
Oh, keep
you're,
it.
you're not going to get the chance to use it. Orphan
Right.
rears back with this Kadash. I played that game. I played a ninja. It was fun. Comes down this vine and just severs the vine holding Tarin's right arm. Tarin, your arm just goes limp at your side. And then the whole creature writhes for a moment in its place, and it just loses its form, and the vines just slither to the ground in a pile. Dead.
DED.
Nice.
Let's see if Fred dies.
Still have your normal bonus action too.
Yeah, but there's nothing for me to hit with anymore.
Because did we kill that other Twiggy? I thought it was still Twiggy.
I think Viney was controlling all of it.
Yeah, as soon as the vine creature slumps to the
okay.
ground, the twigs collapse as well. And Fred is still alive. Thank goodness. I know you all were very worried.
Yeah.
But he is at 0 HP. He is not looking hot.
Alright. So, I think we should pick Fred up, bring him over to Cebu, and have him watch him, because I think we should probably save our healing for us.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay, so you bring Fred over to the Islander. Do you stabilize him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully someone with a higher wisdom than I stabilize.
Well, you could take 10 on the check. It'll be fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if I take 10, I'll do it.
Yeah, if you're not in combat, you can take 10 on the check. There's no point in sitting here rolling stabilization rolls. Okay,
Yeah.
so you carry Fred back over to him.
Yep.
Cebu looks at him and then looks at the ceramic jars that you were offered. Looks
Yeah, I
back
was
up
about
at
to
you.
drink
And
one of those.
he looks like he doesn't understand, but he nods and says, "I will watch him."
Yeah, I think he's a little bit more in danger himself than he is useful.
Yeah.
We'll come back for him. If we have any healing left, we'll get him back on his feet before we head back.
Yes, he stole our healing. He stole my
Alright,
healing.
so I'm going to open up my fishy jar, and I'm going to have some fishy fish.
It tastes disgusting. It tastes just like rotted seawater putrefying in your throat. But you get a D6 hit points back.
Okay. Currently at 5. Right. So I'm at 6.
It starts to
I
take
got
effect,
false life.
and you can't get all after you drink it. You can't keep it down. After a moment, you just retch it up. So you didn't get much effect out of it, but it did seem to make you feel better a little bit.
I'm gonna cast False Life too and get another 6 temp HP.
Okay.
When I see that the fishy paste had a unbalanced beneficial effect, I'll take some too.
Okay. Same deal. Go ahead and roll d6 if you're missing hit points.
Can you put my HP at 6?
You can't do it?
I know I'm missing hit points.
Right.
Not on the notepad. I
So
got it
that's
on the
4?
character sheet.
That's a 4, or is that 4+?
Alright, so Tarin is at 6.
I'm at full.
Oh, I took a screenshot. Woo! Adric is full, and Orphan should... I don't think Orphan took damage, did she?
Yeah, I took 5 damage.
And then you
Got,
drank the thing and
three
you got
things.
some back. Okay.
Stabbed me in the leg. So I'm at 12 now. Yeah.
And keep in mind, you can always take short rests. Like, right now, you have no threats. You spending an hour right now and using a hit die would not be...
Well, I've already
That's
burned out
everything.
my hit dice.
I've got 1 hit die
After
left.
the birds.
Do we want to take a short rest? I'm still
Do you
pretty
guys
beaten
get
up,
do you guys
but-
get key points back at short rests? Or is that the
Yeah,
loss?
Yeah, they do.
If we spend the entire short rest,
Or does half of the short rest of meditating.
Oh yeah, half.
Okay. And then what? Head down into the stairway?
Yeah, let's take a short rest. I think I'm all right with that. I think I
That's
punch
fine.
extra hit points.
Just go ahead and take your key points back.
I'll get my key point back.
I apologize, but you guys are gonna have to grab your dice again because, and I'm gonna have to respawn bananas because for this next area, we had to take kind of a different approach.
All right.
If I get another 4 hit points back.
I think we're gonna lose the notepad too. Yeah, we did.
Whoa.
Cards!
This is my solution to drawing out the dungeon on the grid. You like that?
I do like
That's
that.
pretty good.
That's
Very
amazing.
inventive, right?
Well done, Brick Road.
I do what I can. Let me get the notepad back up. HG? No, not HG. That doesn't make any sense. I should just type this into notepad.exe then paste it in if I had any intelligence at all.
If you had a brain.
If I only had a brain. Do. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I need
Yes, you
these D6s to be giant sized.
I will...
Yeah, D6s are the only ones that aren't.
Oh, those ones stay giant?
Yeah,
The D20 and the D4s did.
Yeah.
everything looks.
Everything's bigger, because I remembered I made one of... Yeah, my...
Please tell me you locked all these cards, right?
Yes. My intention is that the D6s can be red. I figured with the pimps, they didn't need to be as big, but...
That's fair.
The pimps,
The
okay.
pimps! That's them, pimp dice. Yo.
I need hydraulics on my pimp dice.
Any dice you need hydraulics, put off to the right of the map, and I will get them all at once. That's it? Just these 3d6s?
Looks like there might be a couple more over here.
Anything you
Could
want
use it.
supersize, pile up, because I can get them all at once. And let me get my dungeon notes out. So, because I only had 2 days to design this adventure, I relied very heavily on the random generation rules. So we're going to see how the 5th edition DMG random generation stuff actually works.
Alright. Can't wait.
I'm going to supersize all these.
They are supersized.
That's your lot. You come down the stairs into this small chamber. It's an entryway. And like I said, the walls are... It looks like there's always been a rock formation in this area of the jungle. And that this might have been the basement of a larger structure at one time. The walls are roughly hewn stone. And if you touch your hand to them, they're damp to the touch. The whole cave, as you come down in here, smells faintly of mold. And there are the stone doors that you see to your north and to the west. And these doors are both closed. When they're both you push them open into the rooms beyond.
Okay.
So, who's going to take point?
I will.
Okay.
You know, I know we have to shrink Orphan here because otherwise...
Problems will happen.
I keep getting knocked prone.
So where are we going, Tarin?
So there's 2 doors. Am I reading that right?
Yep, there's
Yeah,
a door on the
yeah.
north wall directly ahead of you. The stairs went about 15 feet down into the earth. You probably have 8 feet up to the ceiling, so it's a pretty enclosed space.
Okay, I'll go ahead and open the door in front of me.
This one here?
Yeah.
Alright.
Did you get a screenshot of that?
Did I?
No, did anyone of like all the
cards?
All the cards.
All the cards.
Yeah.
Let me... I actually need to get my completed dungeon open up here on screen so I know what to add and where. I should have already had this open. Yes, you're right.
4.
I'm just the worst. Okay. Open up the chest here. Oh, I didn't give you guys your bananas. You guys need bananas.
No, oh yeah.
Yeah, we need bananas.
Back.
Bananas!
Bananas.
Oh god, there they go. There they go.
They'll come back. Dice
Everything.
everywhere.
Bananas and dice and pawns everywhere. Or, I'm sorry, rooks.
What you're looking at when you walk into this large room are 6 stone pillars that reach floor to ceiling.
Okay.
It smells absolutely wretched in here.
Of course it does.
There's very dim light in the cave. After you open the door and go in a little deeper, it feels like it gets a little bit damper in here, and you start seeing types of strange fungi growing along the walls where there's packed dirt floor, and then through cracks in the stone in the walls as well. And they're slightly luminescent. So it counts as dim light for you, Tarin.
But I have dark vision.
Right, you other
Yeah,
twinks
same.
have dark vision, so you're fine.
Yeah.
The center of the room, when you look in, about here-ish, you see a huge just stain of what looks to be dried blood on the floor, discarded pieces of bone and viscera, and there's a blood trail that leads off to the north through this door here.
Okay.
And that's what you see just upon opening the door.
Okay. If I take a look at the fungi on the walls, does this look like anything I remember from Orphan's list?
Roll either nature or medicine, whichever you have that's higher.
Okay, that would be medicine for me.
Okay.
Okay, that'll be a 11.
11, okay. You remember there were some kind of fungus, there was some kind of mushrooming plants on the list. You don't know if this is actually it or not, but it does look like it might be helpful to collect it.
Alright, I'll take some of it.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and move in and inspect these pillars a little bit more closely.
Inspect the pillars, the first 2?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll a perception check.
That would be a 6.
They're, as far as you can tell, just the same kind of stone that makes up the ceiling and floor of this room. They just look like adjoined stalactites to stalagmites. You're not even certain whether they were carved or if they were just naturally occurring.
Let's see out of reading how this works exactly.
Are you going to punch over the pillar? Is that the idea?
No.
'Cause, I mean, it's got a hit point value. You can destroy it, and therein the structural integrity of this room.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I was looking at stone cutting, but that probably wouldn't give us too much information, I don't think.
What are you even talking about? This is a dwarf ability?
Yeah, that dwarf ability. You said that I would never use.
What does it let you do? Because it might be helpful, you don't know.
Whenever you make an intelligence history check related to the origin of stonework, you're considered proficient with the history skill, and add double your proficiency bonus to the check instead of your normal proficiency bonus.
You can roll that, that's fine.
Let's see. Double my proficiency bonus to history, which I believe is just a natural toilet. So hang on 1 second.
Should I get you a little toilet to roll?
No, I get a +2 to that roll. With stone cunning, so that's 17.
17?
Do you have an intelligence penalty?
I do.
Proficiency is 2. Oh.
Yeah,
I
intelligence
do.
penalty.
I have an intelligence penalty.
I mean, you were not much of a miner yourself, because you
No.
went along with other endeavors during your development, but you can definitely tell that the stone was worked with tools, but it has been eons past. I mean, whatever the original purpose was of these caves, you can definitely tell that at once it was solid rock. It was all carved out. But it has been many, many years since tools have touched any of these walls.
Okay. So I'm going to be looking at this blood trail.
Looking at the blood trail? What are you doing with it?
I'm just looking at it now.
Okay. Smells absolutely putrid. It looks like something was killed in this room, dragged off through one of the doors, and...
How old does it look?
It's hard to say. The blood itself is very dry when you look at it. It's like a dark brown color. The state of
how much of a... Yeah.
The state of the pile of guts is very decomposed.
Okay, so it's been here for a while.
Is there any layer of dust over it, or is it relatively clean, dried?
You mean is the pile of rotting guts relatively clean?
No. Is there a layer of dust over it?
Not that you can tell, but then it doesn't look like much.
Okay.
There's much of a layer of dust anywhere in here. Just
Okay.
the floor itself is stone underneath. Maybe half an inch of padded dirt, packed down dirt.
All right.
It looks like the room has been in use, but how old this kill was, considering how humid the temperature is, you really couldn't tell. No. Wait.
Yep.
Adric and Orphan, move back.
Okay.
Tarin, you moved into this space.
Yes.
Did I not lock that pillar? Oh, damn it, the pillar just fell over. The room collapses and you all die. No, I locked it.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. I flipped over the pillar, hoping you would notice.
Tarin.
Yep.
Let's see a dex save, DC 15.
Nat 20!
Nice.
I make it.
What is your intention on the door? Were you going to go open the door?
I was going to go open the door.
Okay. As you move towards the door, your ankle catches a tripwire. Very low to the ground, between the edge of the pillar and the wall. Ooh. And using some very fancy footwork, you manage to keep your face from impaling itself on the ground. But the tripwire, the force of your foot, seems to pull something out of the pillar. And rocks from inside the pillar break loose and noisily clatter to the ground. And you hear shrieks and wailing coming through this door as it bursts open, and very suddenly, 3 Grimlocks pour out.
Yeah.
Where are my Grimlock stats? Where are my Grimlock stats at? You know what? We should probably find a picture of some Grimlocks. I'm gonna Google one up.
I don't know what a Grimlock
They're
looks like.
hideous, pale-skinned humanoids with blind eyes.
Apparently, there's a transformer named Grimlock. Because
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
let's narrow the search a little bit here.
Can you spawn a Grimlock for Grimlocks in here? Did you get the Transformer pack too?
I will post a link to the Grimlock
You got the ponies
in the Mumble chat.
They're all Hasbro.
I don't have the ability to post one in the stream chat from YM, but the Grimlocks are blind creatures that look pretty hideous.
They look kind of like trolls.
A little bit, but they're smaller than trolls and they don't regenerate.
Okay, well that's a relief.
But this door bursts open, so we'll go ahead and delete some of these cards here. I thought that was an ingenious solution.
I love it.
No, that's adorable.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
What can we use for a Grimlock? They're not actually undead, but I think a ghoul would be sufficient.
Oh, they animate too. That's adorable.
Yeah, all the little D&D figurines and tabletop animate.
That is adorable.
The clattering of the rock echoes throughout the room.
Actually.
And the door flies open and 3 Grimlocks from the other side pour out. Let's see.
Somebody screenshotted.
You screenshotted?
Yeah,
Somebody
me
did.
too. I did.
Alright, everybody roll initiative. Fuck me, okay. These are the ones I didn't want to roll bad.
Yay! I got
Uh,
17 this time.
17?
nice.
Yeah.
Tarin
20.
acts at 21.
21 for Tarin?
And 20 for Adric.
Show off.
Min-maxing.
The Grimlocks acts first because they got the surprise on you, but they are going last
Yeah.
in the order otherwise.
Lovely.
They all pour out of this door. One of them immediately engages with Tarin. One of them breaks off and starts coming at Orphan.
Okay.
And the other is in between. They're all wielding these bone clubs. Tarin, this one pulls back with this awful-looking bone club made of the femur of some kind of long-eaten creature. He tries to crash it down on your head, but you're still dancing from hopping over that tripwire. You're still feeling pretty fancy here. And you just deftly avoid the strike. Tarin. It is your turn.
Oh, I'm up? Okay.
Yeah, that was their surprise.
That was all their attacks? Okay.
Well, these two were too far away. They didn't get to move and attack. Just the one got to move and attack.
You guys are in range for Hadar. That's a shame.
That is a shame. Now,
Sorry.
my next experiment is my next pod is just straight up regular flavored Pepsi. So I'm gonna wonder what that's gonna taste like coming out of the Soda Stream. I'm not sure.
These
I
ghouls
went ahead
have
and-
very snake-like butts.
Always checking out the ghoul butt, aren't you, McDohl?
Yep.
I can make a
I
dance.
go ahead and hit AC of 20 for 6 damage on the one directly in front of me.
Oh my god, I can make them hit each other. Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, you got an achievement for it.
I got a Chivo.
What was
Yeah.
the achievement?
I'm sorry, Tarin. I was busy playing with my toys. I wasn't paying attention. What'd you do?
I went ahead and hit the one in front of me for 6 damage with my quarterstaff.
For 6 damage?
Yep.
Oh shit, I did not mark down their AC. You said you hit AC 20?
Oh yeah, I hit 20, sorry.
Oh, that definitely hits. I just need to notate what their actual AC is. Which I didn't do.
I gave them all clubs somehow.
I'd give you inspiration for that if you didn't already have it. Yeah, their AC is only 11. These guys are not too terribly difficult. Although I did balance all the encounters for having Fred with you again, and once again, he's nowhere to be found.
Oh, that wasn't my fault this time.
So sorry, you hit him for how much damage?
6.
6 damage. And as soon as you dance aside from his club strike, you bring your quarterstaff across him and strike him right in the back. Nice solid hit. Adric, what you doing?
What am I doing?
What you doing?
I'm going to hop over here.
Now, the two of you can occupy this space, but it'd be a tight squeeze. It would be better for you to trade places with Tarin if he allows it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
that's
I was
fine.
thinking.
Still low on HP, that's fine.
Yeah, you can move into and through friendly spaces with no penalty, but you can't move through hostile spaces.
Yeah. I was actually going to say I was going to come over here, but the thing didn't. But that's fine. No, that works good too. Let's see here. So yeah, I'm gonna punch him.
Do it. Do it!
Going to uppercut this guy in the jaw with fun times.
What are you rolling at? Oh, there you are.
That is an 11.
That hits.
Ballin'.
Barely, but it hits.
Gonna point out that I like the fact that putting on the steel gauntlets increases your damage, not because they're steel gauntlets, but because they make you magically stronger.
Right.
7 damage.
7 damage,
Yep.
and you pummel this mofo that tried
I'm
to
gonna
take a
bonus
swing at
action
your
him.
boy. I mean, you don't
Take a
even need a
bonus
bonus
action.
action. He's...
Oh. Good thing I didn't waste that nat 20.
Well, there's the other one right next to him.
How do I make it die? Yeah, you can switch targets.
Yeah, I'll do that.
There it is. Yeah, you can actually
15.
hit this one. What's your damage on that second strike?
Second strike is a max damage. Ooh,
8.
9.
Nice.
Wait, no, it's 8. Yeah.
And you got them both. Adric muscles past you, Tarin, and just with his fist just starts raining down blows on these two Grimlocks. and they try to get their club up and try to block the blows, but the monk is just too much for them, and he just brings them to the ground.
I just step through these guys, and it's just.
Orphan.
All right, I'm gonna finish this one off if I can roll.
No, you're gonna make a dexterity save.
Oh, dexterity save. Okay. Oh, right.
DC 15.
Wire.
Gotcha. All right. That'll do it.
That'll do it. Okay.
Leave. Yes, that'll just do it. 15.
You dart forward to run at this Grimlock to get him with your Kadash, and not even paying attention to your feet, you catch the tripwire, but you manage to grab onto one of the pillars before you go down. So you can still go ahead and take an action.
All right. So still gonna attack.
Okay.
See, that's a what's that? A 14.
Then it's 11. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. All right. So 7 for my caracal attack.
How much damage? 7?
7, yeah.
And then what's the bonus?
And the
bonus attack.
Bonus attack hit him with that's a nat 1.
Fumble.
Yep.
Yeah, you get him with the blade on your. Yeah, it has a blade, right? I know you
Yep,
posted a picture of this, but I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Yep.
You get him with the blade, and you sink really deep in its chest and pull it back. And you go to swing in for a hit, but he's reeling from the pain, and you just get your fist flies right in front of his nose.